I wake up every morning alone. The apartment is quiet, too quiet, but I tell myself it is peaceful. I am 52 now, stable job, clean clothes, no chaos. From outside, I look fine. At work, Mark leans over my desk and says, "You're always calm. Nothing ever bothers you." I smile. Someone has to be. He laughs. "Wish I had your life." I want to tell him my life is empty, but I just nod. Inside, my chest feels heavy. I still measure time by memories, not years. I still hear her voice when the room goes silent. "Lunch?" Mark asks. "Maybe later," I say. When he walks away, I whisper her name, Emily, like it is a secret I am ashamed of. I loved her once. I still do. That truth has followed me into my 50s, into this small apartment, into every quiet night where I pretend I am okay. But silence keeps answering me instead tonight. I was 27 and believed love could fix anything. Emily sat across from me, smiling, and said, "We'll get married before 30. "I promise," I said. "I'll give you everything." She squeezed my hand. "I trust you." Daniel laughed beside us. "You two talk like the world is already one." "It will be," I told him. Emily whispered, "House by the lake, 2 kids, simple life." "I'll work harder," I said. "I won't fail you." Daniel raised his glass. "To forever." I never noticed how Emily stopped meeting my eyes. When she said, "I'm just tired," I believed her. When Daniel said, "You worry too much," I listened. I thought trust was strength. I thought love meant ignoring fear. I didn't see the pauses in her voice or how silence slowly replaced her promises. I kept giving more, convinced loyalty would save us, unaware I was handing my heart to people already letting go. Back then, I smiled, blind and proud, believing devotion alone could never betray me at all. I stopped outside the cafe when I heard Emily laugh. Daniel said, "He still trusts you, right?" She replied, "He always does." My hand shook. I stepped inside and said, "Emily." She turned pale. "You weren't supposed to hear that." Daniel muttered, "I should go." "No," I said. "Stay." I looked at her. "Tell me this is a lie." She crossed her arms. "I won't insult you." "So it's real," I whispered. "Yes," she said. "It's been months." My chest burned. "With him?" She nodded. "You were safe, not exciting." I laughed, broken. 25 years meant nothing. She sighed. "Love changes." Daniel said, "I never planned this." I snapped, "You planned enough." Emily said softly, "I didn't want to hurt you." "But you did," I said. "You shattered me." My vision blurred. My heart raced. I felt myself crack open, realizing trust dies fast, and love can turn cruel without warning. I stumbled back, hearing cups clatter. Someone asked, "Are you okay?" I couldn't answer. I walked out knowing the man I was died there forever. That truth stayed permanent. I waited for a message. None came. Emily didn't call, didn't explain, didn't say goodbye. Silence moved in like a second shadow. Linda called and said, "You haven't answered me in days." "I'm fine," I said. "You're lying," she said. "Talk to me." "There's nothing left to say." She sighed. "You loved her." "I still do." "That doesn't mean you disappear." At night, I asked myself, what did I miss? I answered with memories instead of sleep. I stared at the phone and whispered, "Just say something." It stayed dark. Linda texted, "You matter." I typed, deleted, typed again. I don't feel like I do. Days blurred. I went to work, came home, sat in silence. Her lies hurt, but her absence crushed me. I replayed every word I ever said, convinced I failed. In that quiet, I learned emptiness can scream louder than betrayal ever did. I kept breathing, counting hours, hoping pain would stop, but it stayed there. I met Daniel outside the office and said, "We need to talk." He shrugged. "About Emily." "About betrayal," I said. He sighed. "Feelings happened. It's not a crime. You were my friend." He looked bored. "You'll survive." I felt something die. You don't regret it? No, he said.
Ich chose myself.
I clenched my fists. I could tell everyone. He smiled. And looked desperate. I stared at him and realized revenge would keep me tied to them. I'm done, I said. Running away? He asked. Walking away, I replied. That night, Linda said, don't let them define you. They already did, I said, packing my bags. Where will you go? Anywhere they aren't. I left before sunrise, heart heavy, mind clear. I didn't forgive Daniel. I didn't forgive Emily. I chose distance, silence, and survival. As the city disappeared behind me, I felt pain, but also space to breathe. That choice shaped every year that followed. I promised myself never to beg for love again, no matter how lonely inside. I changed cities, jobs, habits. People said, "You're successful now." I nodded. Rachel once asked, "Why don't you ever talk about your past?" "There's nothing there," I said. She smiled gently. "Everyone has something." At dinner she said, "I like you." I replied, "I'm not good at this." "Good at what?" "Letting people in." She paused. "I'm not asking for promises." I looked away. "That's all I have left." She whispered, "You're lonely." "I'm safe," I corrected. Work paid well. My apartment stayed clean. Nights stayed quiet. Rachel tried again and said, "I can wait." "Don't," I said. "You'll waste your time." She stood up. "One day you'll feel again." After she left, I sat alone and admitted the truth. I survived heartbreak, but survival cost me warmth. I wasn't broken. I was sealed shut, breathing, moving, existing. I built a life that worked, but never felt like living. That night, I understood success meant nothing without shared silence inside. Mark called me one afternoon. "Did you hear about Emily?" he asked. "No. What happened?" "She lost her job. Daniel too." I was silent. Mark said, "Their relationship fell apart. Scandals, lies, karma caught up." "Did she try to contact you?" He nodded. "Years ago. You didn't respond." "I wasn't ready." Mark sighed. "You survived. They didn't." I guess some things come back quietly. Like shadows you don't see at first. I thought about the years I wasted chasing ghosts. Mark added, "You look different now. Stronger." "Maybe I am." He smiled. "Karma isn't loud. It's slow, steady." I'm glad I didn't stoop to revenge. Better this way. That night, I stared at my phone. No messages from Emily. No regrets on my side. I finally understood. Survival was its own victory. The past didn't need to roar. It just needed to settle. And for the first time, peace felt possible, even if love didn't. My phone buzzed. Emily's name. My heart skipped. "Hello," I said cautiously. "Hi," she whispered. I'm sorry." Silence. "Why now?" I asked. She sighed. "I was wrong. So sorry for the pain." "I listened," I said. "And I didn't break." Her voice cracked. "I never stopped thinking about you." I swallowed. "I stopped needing your apology years ago." "Can we talk? Just once." "Do you want forgiveness?" "No. I want to say I'm sorry." I nodded silently. "That's enough." "Do you hate me?" "No. I forgive myself. Not you." "Why?" "Because I can't live trapped in anger." She paused. "I hope you find peace." "Me too." We ended the call. I stared at the phone and finally felt free. It wasn't her regret I needed. It was my own. I forgave the younger me who believed love was forever. That day, I let go, not of her, but of my past pain. I still love Emily. That hasn't changed. But love doesn't rule me anymore. It used to feel like chains, dragging me down. Now, it's a quiet memory, soft, distant. I told Linda, some love stories aren't meant to last. She nodded. They teach us how to survive. I looked in the mirror and saw a man who learned to let go. Do you miss her? She asked. Every day, I said. But I'm free. Freedom isn't forgetting, it's choosing peace over pain. Emily shaped me, broke me, and made me stronger. I'm not bitter. I'm wiser. Love taught me patience, loss taught me courage. Now, I sit in silence, no longer waiting, no longer hurting. I smile, knowing my heart is mine again. Still loving her, yes, but finally free. That's how I live. And that's how I win.